Yes.
Morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, Mittul, you are like hiking?
Yes, sir.
So tell us something about your experience regarding hiking.
Okay, I have experience in Jaipur and Dalhousie. Like my recent trip was all over hiking. Like I did go to Dalhousie. From there, Dalhousie to Kalatop. And it's around 25-kilometer time trek. So basically, it's a beginner trek, but it's a 25-kilometer long trek.
So you have done in which type of weather you have done that?
It's a normal weather.
Normal weather. So what are the good things about Kalatop? What are its features?
The top and the nature, like the cold breeze there.
What was the height of Kalatop?
9,500 meters.
Okay. So just brief us about yourself in detail.
Okay, my name is Mittul Bagaria. I am from Jaipur, Rajasthan. I am a freshly qualified cost and management accountant. I did my graduation from Rajasthan University. As far as my practical experience goes, I did my internship from Mukesh & Associates. There I learned about GST registration, GST return filing, data management, income tax return filing, expense management, etc. And I love hiking. I am a traveler. I love traveling also. Apart from that, I am a fun-loving kind of guy. I am friendly with people. Like it is so easy for me to get involved with people. And my father is a trader and investor in stock market. My mother is housewife. I have two siblings. One of them is married and other one is teaching.
Okay.
Okay, Mittul. So there is a mention about abacus in your resume.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would like to know more about it. If anyone wants to learn abacus, how you will convince that person to learn abacus?
And it depends on the interest of that person. If he or she is interested in maths, then he can surely do that.
So what benefits you derive from learning
It
abacus?
is easy for me to do calculation like addition and subtraction.
Okay.
So what kind of thing it have, and due to that it becomes simple?
So frankly speaking, at that time it helped me, but in real life it did help me in to maintain my daily expenses.
Okay.
So tell me some audit points relating to cash verification. How do you verify it?
Okay. Firstly, I checked PBS. It's a kind of book which they give me. So basically, I checked the denomination of the cash.
Okay. No, I'm asking that's what you did in your practical training,
Yes.
right? I'm asking about the audit points. While as an auditor, if you are verifying cash balances and all those things,
I checked the denomination.
okay.
I checked that the amount that they are mentioning is equal to the denomination there.
Okay. No, I'm asking, suppose, listen to the question. You are working as an auditor in an organization. Now, cash balance is there, right? There's a certain amount, let's say 30 lakhs is cash balances. Now you have been asked to verify it, right? Whatever the cash balances, all the transactions, all that happened, you have to verify it. So what are the steps you will follow while auditing cash?
Okay, first I will ask the PCB book,
Okay.
perform a cash book. Then I will check all the denomination of the rupees that they are mentioning in, and then I will ask for the physical cash.
Fine. Handling of NEFT and RTGS, tell me the difference.
Between NEFT and RTGS.
Yes.
NEFT, you can done payment, but in RTGS you have a certain limit. It's about 2 lakh. You
Okay.
can do the payment if the transaction amount is 2 lakh, more than 2 lakh.
Full form
RTGS, real time gross payment, gross settlement.
and NEFT.
Okay.
How EV bill is being generated?
You can generate e-bill through the site that is ebill.gst.government.in.
And
Then you can write down the challan number, vehicle number, and the value and the types of good that you are transferring.
okay, Mittul, who is required to pay advance tax?
Advanced tax. Okay, a person whose tax liability is more than 10,000 is liable to pay advanced tax.
So is there any installments?
Yes, it is being paid in 4 installments. First installment will be, it's about 25%. Second is about 45%. Third is 75%, and fourth is 100%.
Are you sure all 4 installments are correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So you have worked as a coordinator in All About Happiness,
Yes.
right? So what are your experience with this? And brief us about it.
Okay, All About Happiness is an NGO, and I was a coordinator there. I did manage a team of 9 to 8 people. There, we distributed food to the needy people, and we distributed food to the animals also. So my experience was great there. Like, I learned new things. I meet new people, and I interact with new people. I interact with different personalities there. So it's a great experience for me, an eye-opening experience.
Okay. So what are the career options before you as a CMA?
And there is, as such, there is no career option for me. I'm thinking of doing CMA from the start.
Okay. No, I'm asking after becoming CMA, what are the career options you have in front of you? Like, if you're sitting in this interview, then you have the career option of being a officer, right, in corporate world, right? But you said you like to meet new people. So I think you'll be more adjustable in the front end works, right, rather than back end work. But our job is related to back end work. So your personality is
I
different in
didn't
the
think about that.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, Mittul, who is C&AG of India?
I'm not good with names.
Okay. Who's chairman of SEBI?
So what did you learn in financial analyst course?
I learned how to make balance sheets and P&L from Gaurava in Excel,
Okay.
and I'm currently learning that.
Okay. What are the steps? Tell us more about it. What are the steps you will follow for making a P&L from the raw data?
Okay, first I got the data from the department, and then I will segregate it. Like, for example, if I want to make a P&L, then I will first maintain a format. Then I will put on the formula like SUMIF and VLOOKUP to find out the values from that raw data, and then I will do that.
Okay. How many cost auditing standards are there?
4.
Okay. Tell me something about the material related standard.
It's a cost accounting standard 6.
Okay. Tell me more about it.
Okay, in material costing, you can't take finance cost, imputed cost, and abnormal loss is not allowed to be taken. Apart from that, if there is any subsidy from the government, you have to deduct that subsidy from that amount. And if there is any receivable from the customer, you have to do the same.
I asked you how many CAS are there. You said 4, and then you said.
Ma'am, cost accounting standards are 24, but cost auditing standards are 4.
Okay. Fine.
So, Mittul, I have taken a loan for manufacturing of material, and I paid interest on such loan. So, such interest cost will be included in cost sheet or no?
No, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mittul, what is the provision related to the input tax credit on capital goods?
Input tax credit on capital goods.
Yes.
Okay. Could you please repeat the question?
ITC input tax credit, how we can take input tax credit in case of
You have to submit the bill of that of that item, and then you can claim the input tax credit from the GST site only.
Suppose I sold that capital goods after 1 year, then what are the consequences?
Then the partial ITC is withdrawn from you by the government.
How? What is the provision? What amount we need to pay?
Okay, suppose the amount is 1,000 rupees, you take the ITC of 1,000 rupees, and if you are doing wholly for the business purposes, and then you are returning it, you are selling it to another party, then the partial amount, like 1,000 from the partial amount is deducted.
Is there any specified rule?
Yeah, there are specific rules, but I have to check it out first.
So, what is the concept of internal rate of return in capital budgeting?
Internal rate of return. Basically, higher the internal rate of IRR is considered as a good measure, and IRR is calculated as PV of cash inflow divided by PV of cash outflow.
Okay. So I am asking what is the logic behind it?
Okay, IRR is basically considered to find out the profitability of a project.
So means at what rate you will be able to match your outputs.
Yes.
Right.
What is payback period?
Payback period is a period in which you will get the initial investment. You will recover the initial investment.
It is an amount,
No, it's a period.
time periods in which we can get. Okay.
Now this is a pen and you have to do costing for it. So what do you think?
Okay, first I will find out the direct material that is used in that pen, and I will segregate the cost, and I will see what kind of how much labor is used in it, and after that I will see the machinery and overhead which is used. So then I will find the cost.
So, Metal, who is the biggest inspiration in your life?
So as such there is no one, but I do follow Uncle Varikul.
What he do?
He's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Related to time management?
No, he's an entrepreneur related to business also, but he's a startup founder.
Okay.
So what are the qualities which that you like in him or what you aspire
What he
for?
done till now? What are
Like
the-
his experience, his way of teaching others his experience.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what you have learned?
Like how to manage time, and apart from that, how to deal with people and how to deal with emotions.
Any well-known startup he founded?
Yeah, he's a founder of. I don't know exactly. PayPal. Me. I don't remember the name exactly.
Okay.
So tell me about the tough time which you handled quite well during your training period.
Okay, about once I was given a task at the very last moment, and that task was filing the income tax return. And as I was new in my organization, I don't know how to file it initially. So I asked help from my seniors, but they all were busy with their work only. So I did take some help from my cousins and all, and I did manage to complete that work within a time period. So that was a hard time for me because I don't know initially anything.
Tell me some few negatives of your personality.
Negatives. Okay. Sometimes it is okay, I'm over friendly. Okay. And secondly, sometimes it is hard for me to say no to people. Sometimes my helping nature becomes a problem for me.
So, Mitul, tell 3 main highlights of the Finance Act 2022.
Okay. Drone budget and the government PLI schemes, and apart from that, agriculture sector.
So, these
And
are
crypto tax.
3 main highlights. So, what is the provision related to the crypto?
Crypto tax, government is taxing crypto at 30%, and no loss is allowed to be set off.
Okay. Expenses?
Expenses, nothing.
Okay.
You can set off the losses if you are gaining, suppose Bitcoin, you are gaining 100 from Bitcoin as a profit, and you can set off losses only on Bitcoin losses can be set off against Bitcoin gain only. You cannot interchange the coins.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mitul. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, Red हो.
So, इंस्टॉलमेंट में एडवांस टैक्स की गलती थी. फर्स्ट वन इज 15%. आपने 25%
याद आ गया था, मैंने चेंज नहीं किया.
C&AG एंड सेबी के आपको पता नहीं थे, जबकि पहले से बता रखा है.
नेम से वो खाली वो नेम वाला
PSU में आप जाओगे तो पूछेंगे ऐसी चीजें. तो
ठीक है, सही है.
कैपिटल गुड्स का ITC भी आपको सही से पता नहीं था. 5% पर क्वार्टर का रिडक्शन होता है.
अच्छा,
ठीक है. और आउटपुट पे जो GST बन रहा है विच एवर इज हायर. तो ये नहीं था. पेबैक पीरियड ओके था. बाकी आपने क्या नाम बताया था अंकुर? वारिकुल. इनके बारे में आपने ज्यादा बताया नहीं. कौन सा होता
वो सर नेम याद नहीं आ रहा, कुछ
आप कंपनी, क्योंकि कंपनी नेम से ज्यादा लोग इन्फ्लुएंस होते हैं कि ये कुछ किया है, प्रूफ है.
ठीक है.
इंस्पायर्ड हो तो मतलब पता होना चाहिए.
नहीं, मेरे को याद है, मेरे को क्लिकिंग हुई एकदम से.
अच्छा, कोई नहीं, ठीक है. सो एज पर मी बाकी सब कुछ सही था. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छी नॉलेज है. आप अटके नहीं बीच में, इवन तो आपको कंफ्यूज अगर करने की कोशिश भी की गई तो आप नहीं हुए कंफ्यूज, यू वर वेरी क्लियर विद द कॉस्ट, अकाउंटिंग कॉस्ट, ऑडिटिंग, ठीक है। सो कॉन्फिडेंस इज नाइस। आपका बाकी चीजों में जैसे आपसे पूछा गया कि NEFT एंड RTGS, तो आपने NEFT लिखा है
मैम, वो मैं गलती मानती मेरी।
हाँ,
नेशनल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फंड ट्रांसफर।
नेशनल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फंड ट्रांसफर,
हाँ।
ठीक है।
सो ये आपको करना है। रेस्ट इज आपका हॉबीज में भी बहुत अच्छा था, वैकेशन ऑल सब कुछ बढ़िया था, ऑल इन ऑल, ठीक है। HR क्वेश्चन,
अब जब आपको कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं आता है तो आप हंसने लग जाते हो, तो ये नहीं करना है, मींस आपको आंसर देना है। आई नीड टू लर्न अबाउट इट, आई नीड टू रीड अबाउट इट, तो आप ऐसे दे आई वुड लव टू रीड अबाउट और लर्न अबाउट इट। ओके, सो राइट नाउ आई एम नॉट हैविंग नॉलेज,
ठीक है।
बाकी बढ़िया है सब।
कम्युनिकेशन अच्छी, कोई इशू नहीं।
फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट और ये जो है ना, मतलब आपने मैनुअल चीजें सीख रखी है,
हाँ।
राइट? मैनुअल चीजें
मैं
सीख
कर रहा
रखी
था
है।
एक बार 2 बार
हाँ,
प्रैक्टिस कर रहा
लेकिन अब व्हाट यू डू इज फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट के क्या इम्पैक्ट्स हैं, ठीक है, आगे चल के इसका क्या ग्रोथ और है ना, क्या बेनिफिट्स हैं, क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, उस पे सर्च करो,
ठीक है।
ठीक है। कि कई बार ये हो सकता है आपसे मैनुअल चीजें कोई नहीं पूछेगा, they'll ask कि ठीक है आपने ये कर रहे हो, इसकी यूटिलिटी क्या है आगे चल के,
ठीक है।
तो आपको ये चीज पता होनी चाहिए। लाइक अबेकस में यू आर वेरी अपफ्रंट कि ठीक है उस टाइम पे पता चला, बाकी इतना कुछ यूजफुल नहीं है। सो एक बार ये कर लेना। बाकी ये जो आपका रीडिंग फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स है, आई गेस आई हैव आस्क्ड यू वंस, ऐसा कुछ
नहीं।
या आपने जब क्लास में बताया था कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स में जो पढ़ने का शौक है और हॉबीज,
हर्षल,
हाँ जो भी है, तो अगर आपको भी है ऐसा, तो ऐसे 4-5 इंस्टेंसेस क्रिएट करके रखना अपने माइंड में,
ठीक
ठीक है, कि आपने क्या की टेक अवेज लिए। व्हेन यू आर लिस्टिंग इट ओवर हियर, तो आपके पास में कुछ पॉइंट्स होने चाहिए बताने के लिए, है ना।
ठीक है।
तो इन सारी चीजों पे आप वर्क कर लेना, बाकी सब कुछ बहुत बढ़िया है।
टेक्निकल
सर बोले सही है।
कोई इशू नहीं, कुछ पॉइंट्स नहीं बताते हो, बता रहे हो।
ठीक है, मैं कर लूंगा।
100% आ भी नहीं सकता,
नहीं
बट
होगा,
मैक्सिमम उनको आना चाहिए।
ठीक है।
अच्छा,
और ये इसको प्रिंट सही से करो,
जल्दी नहीं करवाया आज,
है
लेट हो गया तो जल्दी नहीं करवा के आया रास्ते में।
हाँ, तो इसको सही से प्रिंट
और अगर ये कलर में है तो कलर में करो।
कलर को और वो सब सारे में फिर
ठीक।
और सर वैसे तो सर सारे ऑनलाइन हो रहे हैं।